What is the purpose of the doc type declaration in HTML? The doc type declaration, document type declaration, is an important part of an HTML document. Its primary purpose is to inform the web browser about the type and version of HTML being used in the document. For HTML5, the doc type is usually declared as doctype HTML and is added in the first line of any HTML or XHTML document. When a browser reads an HTML document, the presence of the document declaration triggers the browser to render the page in a specific mode. So doctype declaration ensures that the browser interprets and renders the HTML document according to the specifications of the chosen HTML version, providing a consistent and standardized display across different browsers. How to create a button. There are several ways how you can create a button. It all depends on what this button is supposed to do. Use an button element. This is the most straightforward way to create a button. Use an input element with type button attribute. The input element can be used with the type attribute set to button. Use an input and button element with type attribute for submit. For form submission, you can use the input or button element with the type attribute set to submit. Use an A element styled as a button to create a link. You can style an A anchor element to look like a button. Difference between margin and padding. Margin is the space outside the border of an element. It defines the gap between the element's border and the neighboring elements. Margins do not have background color and are transparent. They contribute to creating space and separation between elements. Padding is the space between the content of element and its border. It provides internal space within the element, influencing the positioning of the element's content. Padding is useful for maintaining a visual distance between the content and the border. In summary, while margin creates spaces outside of an element, padding creates space inside the element. Explain the concept of CSS specificity. CSS specificity is a set of rules that determine which styles are applied to an element when there are conflicting styles rules. Specificity is calculated based on the type of selectors used in the style rule. Type selectors and pseudo-elements, these have the lowest specificity. Class selectors, attribute selectors, and pseudo-classes, they have a higher specificity than type selectors. ID selectors have an even higher specificity than class selectors, and inline styles have the highest specificity. What is the difference between let, const, and var in JavaScript for variable declaration? In JavaScript, let, const, and var are used for variable declaration, but they have different scoping rules and behaviors. Let was introduced in ES6, and it declares a variable with block scope. It allows reassignment of variables, making it suitable for variables whose values may change. Const also was introduced in ES6. Const declares a constant variable with block scope. Once assigned, the value cannot be reassigned. It is suitable for values that should remain constant throughout the program. The older way to declare variables in JavaScript is var. Unlike let and const, var has function scope rather than block scope. It is considered less preferable due to its behavior of hosting. In simple words, hosting is JavaScript in like the behind-the-scenes process where declarations, like variables and function declarations, are moved to the top of their containing scope during the execution phase. This means you can use these variables and functions even before they are written in your code. Using let and const is generally preferred over var for clearer scoping and avoiding potential issues related to hosting. Explain what the this keyword refers to in JavaScript. The this keyword in JavaScript refers to the current execution context, which depends on how and where a function is called. It is a context-dependent keyword with the following behavior. In a method, a function within an object, this refers to the object that the method is called on. In a regular function, which is not a method, this refers to the global object, window in a browser environment. However, this behavior may change in strict mode where this is undefined. When used outside of any function in the global scope, this refers to the global object. In a browser environment, this is often the window object. In summary, the this keyword provides a reference to the current execution context, allowing dynamic behavior within functions.